Cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexistence, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexistence.
What's up, good people, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, Mickey96, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Mindless Men. I want everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe and click the like button. Follow us on X at 52 Scott Podcast and on IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. All right, and welcome, good people, and welcome back to another edition of Think Thursday. Today, we're going to talk about things that we do on a daily basis that can be hazardous to your health. I'm going to give you a good example of some things. A matter of fact, something I just did. I was at the ATM machine, in the drive-through ATM, and not paying attention. My car is rolling, and I got my hand out with my ATM card, but I'm rolling slow. But my geometry was off. My geometry was off. So I thought that if I roll with the card out and it's going to end up in the slot, and it didn't work out that way. And before I know it, I done bit my wrist back. I said, "Oh, it's gone," but it wasn't gone. I stopped my car perfectly on time to where nothing snapped or anything. But I said that to say we do dumb things such as that.
You do.
Yeah. You do dumb things.
Okay, what about putting
because now I'm questioning the title of this show. And who did this belong to?
But it was hazardous to me.
I don't think the normal listener is gonna do some of the stuff you did.
I think we all do. We've all rolled. I know y'all seen the YouTube videos when they're dancing and let the car roll by itself. And that's hazardous. I know y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Ghost riding the whip.
Okay, that's dangerous.
It is, but
you was ghost riding the whip.
I wasn't gonna do that.
ATM
I just had I was whipping the ATM. Yeah,
ghost riding the whip at the ATM machine
with my wrist. It was the flick of my wrist. That's all I was doing. They do the whole car. At least I can get out and test the brakes. Y'all can't do nothing. You out there dancing, right? Okay, I won that. Yeah. Freddie G couldn't even say nothing. He had to look down. Okay, please don't respond.
Don't let him bait you, bro.
I'm not.
Don't let him bait you.
So first of all, okay, so we're gonna talk about our health and our wealth, just things that we're doing. That's just hazardous, okay? So naturally, wearing a seatbelt. That's number one. We're talking about health. You know, we do that sometimes. I only do it literally from the store to home. Nowhere else. Even though you can have an accident, I do it.
Not wearing the seatbelt?
Not wearing the seatbelt. A lot of us do that. I do it, but not from afar. Just store to home because it's less than a mile. But anywhere else, I keep my seatbelt on. How about you, Freddie G? You keep it on at all time?
For the most part, I don't feel right when I don't have my seatbelt.
I'm opposite. I feel trapped when I got my seatbelt. I feel trapped when I got it. What you laughing? Look.
Take you back to where you used to have a leash on you, huh? Huh? Say, did it remind you back in the day when you used to have a leash on you?
Yeah, I mean, no. I always agree to that, too. What you laughing at, Slash? You don't feel trapped when you have your seatbelt on?
No, but I think you look at it as if
I want to be able to move.
Yeah, because they really want you in a straitjacket, right?
Straight.
So that's why the strap, that's what it is about it.
I feel locked down. Yeah, it could be. Okay. It could be it, yeah. Quit smoking. We're going to skip to number 3 because I don't smoke. Locking our house. I ain't going to lie, I have this problem. Locking your house. I have this problem. I'm going to start with Because K Money looked directly at me. You have a problem locking your house?
Nah.
Never?
Ever.
No, man.
I never leave the house.
Man, I gotta be secure.
Without
Yeah,
it locked.
sometimes I'm thinking I haven't locked it when I have.
It's so common
Yeah,
to where you
right.
don't even remember doing it, but that's good because you're gonna do it every time.
I have a habit of, after packing groceries in, and not going back to check to lock. I have slept with my house fully unlocked.
No,
Fully unlocked.
you tripping.
Yeah. Not a few times.
See,
I've done
that's again, I question the title of this show.
No, I mean, you've never had your door unlocked ever in your life.
I never went to sleep
After
because
the
you
club
know why?
coming in, you never. I've even
No,
left my keys
never.
in my door coming
now.
from drunk, coming from the club. You never done that?
That's totally different. Hold on, give me a second.
Yes, sir.
If you've had some drunken nights and
That's what I'm talking about.
and you kind of passed out or whatever the case may
Right.
be, I can see that happening. But
Not on a regular. Not
But
tonight.
you,
No.
I think you do that sober. You just said
Yeah,
your
you did
groceries
just said you-
and you slept with your. That's no, that's just you.
Why you gotta try to be CSI and filter out what I said? So
Because I'm listening to
it doesn't
you.
matter, drunk or not.
And the
your
listeners
door's
are
still
listening.
unlocked. But okay, let me ask you this: drunk or not, is the door still unlocked?
The door's still unlocked.
Thank you. That's all I want to know. So, you never came home drunk and left your door unlocked, or left the keys in the door. I've done that too.
Now, no.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, if I don't lay down without checking the door to
Okay.
make sure,
Even after you just,
I don't feel safe if I don't check it before I lay down. And
you've
go to
never
bed
had a
to check
night
the
where
door.
that bed that you so drunk you like, man, I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna lay
Nah,
down.
see,
Now-
nah, that's a conscious decision. You
Right.
don't give a damn. It's
Yeah.
totally different from
Completely
you
different.
really truly
I'm sorry.
just
I'm sorry.
come-
I'm saying I shouldn't say you don't give a damn. I should say, man, I can't wait to hit this bed, and that's all you can think about
Nah.
is that bed.
But that don't
Nah,
make me
that's
not
still
lock the
nah,
door.
nah.
It's almost like
That's-
second nature.
That's
to lock
second
the damn
nature.
door
Exactly.
When you walk in.
If you
Get
do it every
so I get something by
time,
myself. This is
Yeah.
go to the
Yeah.
next one because I'm
This is
getting
your
emotional.
show.
I'm getting
I
emotional.
think this is catered to you.
No. That fire alarm. And I'm so proud. You guys, I call them all the time. Changing that battery in that fire alarm. That actually happened, but I was actually a guest at someone's house, and I ended up not dead battery or that beep beep beep, or never changing it. So my incident, I was supposed to spend the night somewhere. That person ended up having a fire that night, and their fire alarm wasn't working, and the fire started in the living room where I was supposed to sleep. So thank goodness it didn't happen. So yes, fire alarms, y'all change them.
Yeah, that's what the beeping is for.
I know that.
means
But
change.
how many of y'all made a phone call and you hear people's fire alarm beeping in the background? I thank goodness I've never called you guys and I don't hear it. Because as men, I don't like the sound.
I've heard it before, and
Yeah.
I'll be like, damn, that little beep.
Beeping, yeah.
Yeah, it's time to change the battery.
Yeah.
And they'll sit there and let it
Let it beep
for months.
for months and years.
Yeah,
They will let it be. And let it be too high up in your house.
No, they so used to it, they don't even hear it.
They don't
no
even
more.
hear it anymore.
Yeah.
And when they call, it be on my ear, chirp.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll call you back.
What the fuck?
Nigga,
This
you gonna
shit.
die.
I mean, it is annoying. I don't see how it's hazardous though.
Start a fire and let it see if it works.
Oh, I got
You
you.
get what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, it's gonna chirp.
Great point.
Just regular chirp.
Yeah, it's gonna miss the real deal.
You ain't gonna get the pee. You gonna get the chirp. Okay, let me stop.
Yeah.
It's not. Change that file. This is a good one, but we all don't have any younger. When we start having grandkids, this is something we don't think about. Those plugs in the wall. There's a lot of plugs in the wall. I know I was good for sticking forks, spoons, knives, whatever else was in there when I was a kid. Roaches, whatever I could find was going in that little hole. So that hole in the wall, them plugs,
Wait a minute.
huh?
You stuck roaches
In the plug.
in the hole. So did you catch the roaches with your hand?
How did you stick
And-
the roach
and-
in
You
there?
had to explain that one.
Okay.
And you picking up and playing with roaches.
See, I was like 4, okay? 3.
It doesn't matter. You playing with roaches.
Did you kill them first, or was they just crawling on you as friends? How did you do it?
No, they didn't call on me. I had to go hunt for them.
So how did you? But listen,
You know the crazy part? How did I know where to go get them? I just thought about that at 4 years old. Okay, maybe this list is about me, y'all. I don't.
the title of this show.
Hazardous to your health or wealth. We're going to talk about health and wealth. Bike helmets, we know that's obvious. We're not going to talk about it. Your password. I used to have a habit of this. Not changing my password for long periods of time and all my passwords being the same thing everywhere. I stopped doing that. I change my password frequently now because, too many hackers, too many smart people.
Okay, so I get that,
Yeah.
and you're right. We should be changing passwords, but how does not changing your password is hazardous to your health?
Well, now they have your information, so if they want to order anything off the web,
Health.
they shouldn't have your password to anything. I don't know. They could.
Hazardous to your health.
Okay, this is my show, so this what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the next one. Washing your hands. We'll go to the next. Yeah, I'm tired of you being the challenger up in here now. Okay, so number 10 on this one is washing your hands, and this is the last topic on health. We're gonna go to wealth next. So washing your hands, because it contains a lot of. You think it's funny, okay? You wait till Wednesday come. Oh man. So y'all get your regular checkups?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody get your regular checkups. That was one of the top things that a lot of people don't do. I think after COVID, a lot of people started getting right, especially after all the deaths. But I hope it keeps up, because now I think there's a survey saying that a lot of people have gotten doctors, which is good. If you don't have a doctor, I would recommend you please go out and get a checkup, your regular checkups. Now, let's go to wealth. The number one, not having a budget. Everybody, at our age, we got a budget. So I really don't want to speak on that. But for those who don't, I would recommend, man, please get a budget. Don't overspend. Don't watch what you see on IG. And I think that's what a lot of people do wrong. They see, oh, this person got, they'll get a car just as much as their salary. So they'll just say, for instance, they'll get a check for $750 a week. And the car note is, or say $750 every 2 weeks. And the car note's $700 a month. That's half the check. You ain't got to the other bills yet. Mm. But just because you want a car, for impression or whatever you want it for, just wait your turn. It ain't your turn to get that kind of car yet. So a lot of people miss budget or misuse their money. So not having a plan of getting out of debt. Any thoughts on that? Because that's a good one.
That's big, because most people don't have a plan on how to get out of debt. Most people don't know how, and there's so many American people that can't get out of debt. But it's various situations why they're in debt. Number one,
I mean, they it's hard to get out, one, because they continue to dig themselves deeper in
right?
it.
Yep.
Exactly.
So they're going the opposite way.
Getting those payday loans.
Yeah.
They get a loan to pay off another loan go pay off another loan.
Well,
before you know it, you got a title loan to pay off another loan.
Even other types of loans, student loans, people be in debt behind that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's true. This is a good one too. Not knowing the difference, and I preach this to my daughter, the difference between a want and a need. What you think about that, Freddie G?
I actually believe that most people do understand the difference between a want and a need. I think that people who go out there's a bunch of people who go out to scratch the itch of the urge and lean more toward the want versus the need. Case in point, when you got people who try to keep up with the Joneses, then they know that their rent may be due in a week, but I just need to get this item because it looks good and it's gonna make my house look good, or it's gonna make this better. But they know better. They know that their rent is due. They know it.
Yeah.
But they play with the due dates.
Yep.
And they play with, I can stretch it out without getting a late fee.
Yeah, get that pink notice. Don't pay it.
And they play with these dates. But, at the end of the day, it's just people. People know the difference between the want and the need. They just choose to scratch the itch of the want.
Yep. This one I was saving for you, K Money, because K Money, he's our accountant here. He does a great, magnificent job keeping our books. Number 4, not having an investment or savings. No backup money. What you, K Money?
I think we all are at some point in time guilty of that. I think most Americans, or at least 0.5% of the population, live paycheck to paycheck. Because they don't have that plan, or they're in debt to where they can't execute a plan. It's always something. You come into a bunch of money, then something always seems to happen to throw you off track. But I do think it's very important to try to establish a type of savings, because nowadays, anything can happen.
Exactly.
To where we need to fall back on it. And COVID definitely should be an eye opener for everyone to see how important that should be and could be.
Yep. Now y'all see why I wanted K Money to speak on it. He sounds like a natural Obama accountant. Okay, so this is a good one here. We talked about having a savings, right? Or an investment account. Slash, I'm gonna let you take this one. Not having, and you gotta have this, not having an emergency funds. Not having emergency funds. So that's different from savings. So that means, using investments, because I do investments, right? So if I need something out of my investment account, it's gonna take some days to get it. But an emergency fund, you need to have that in a lockbox, a safe, something that's accessible now.
Yeah, I think everybody definitely should have some sort of emergency fund somewhere. And if you can raise your emergency fund over the years just by putting a little bit here, a little bit there, but I think we should think like that. But most people, again, don't. So when something happens, now they got to go ask somebody or borrow something, or here we go again, taking out a loan, making our credit bad again, stuff like that. So, I think it's important that we understand, how to set up an emergency fund for ourselves, because we know rainy days happen.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, so, but you got to have it. But when you don't have it, that's when you in a lot of trouble. And it's like, and I'm not to say trouble like you're going to do something wrong, but now you got to figure it out.
Yeah,
Right.
Makes things more
Right.
difficult.
Exactly, because now you gotta wait 3 days for that check come.
Yeah.
But you gotta eat in 3 days.
Yeah, you didn't have nothing emergency, so you got to sit this one out. It is what it is.
Yeah. So we got 3 more here, and then this is falling perfectly, because this one I actually want to give you this question, Freddie G, and it just happened to fall on you anyway. Not having a will. You talk about this all the time. Go on, hit it.
Well, it's important to have a will. That's common sense. But I think that a lot of time people feel like they don't need a will because they don't have shit to leave. And so you have a lot of people that feel like, what do I need a will for? I don't own shit. I don't have shit. And so
but don't you find it funny that majority of times when I hate to say this and use the race barrier, but most of the time when black folks die, I think a comedian said this joke: we don't leave wills, leave bills.
Well, yeah. It's usually, but that's usually It's sad,
Yeah.
but truth of the matter is, the black community, man, we just don't. We feel like we don't have it.
Yeah.
We don't have nothing to leave. So why even do it?
I think it's the fact that there's a larger population of those who don't have a means or nothing to leave a will for. That's much larger than the population of black people that do have their life in order to say, hey, I'm going to leave my house to, my sons and daughters and leave my farm to,
Yeah.
I think the percentage of people that don't have their shit together is much far larger
But you
than the ones that do.
right, but even as a normal, regular, average Joe Blow, you have if you work at Walmart, you have a 401k.
Yeah, but people think that
You have a car.
a lot of times people think that if you in order to leave a will, you got to have money,
Right.
and so they're equating will with money.
Finances can't afford
You
to
know,
get one.
you know. It sounds minute, but come on, man. All the clothes in your closet, you can will those
Right.
to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But people think that if they don't have no money, they can't leave a will.
Exactly.
Well, when you say will, I think that's what people are affiliating that with. You know, they're thinking monetary instead of material things that they can, like you say, will off.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we did as a family, we text each other our intentions. I text each other what you want on the obituary, and pretty much in everything where you want everything to be split. So all the siblings sent that to each other. So whoever's still here, you know what I mean. So if you don't have a will, at least start there. That way somebody knows where, if you got a pet, if you got children or money or stock, whatever you got, somebody know what to do with it. Because once you're gone, we can't wake you up and say, hey, bro,
Where is this?
yeah, what you want me to do with this? Oh, you can go on back to sleep. We can't do that.
Yeah.
So
It does definitely make it easy because
makes-
dealing with probate is
Yeah.
definitely it exercises your patience.
exactly. This one I was guilty of long ago. Long ago. I used to do it, maybe 20 years ago. Riding around with no insurance, not having insurance, and not just on your car, your home, everything. I don't think if I ever moved to a house, I think I would spend my last dollar on my house insurance because I had a fire. So I know how it felt. I know how it felt. When you have a fire and you lose everything, you ain't got nowhere to go. It ain't a good feel. It's not a good feeling.
See, now you got to get a different set of insurance because fire insurance is different from homeowners insurance.
Yeah, so insurance period. This is insurance period. So I've done without car insurance, but I would not ever do without a house.
Think about it. What race do you associate with not having insurance?
Hispanics and blacks, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Hispanics and blacks. All right, let's skip over that one. The last one, I'm just gonna go over that because I'm gonna skip over a few of them. Don't safeguard your social media more than your waistline and bank account.
Say that again.
Don't safeguard your social media more than your waistline and your bank account. Meaning, you need to spend more time trying to lose weight, get yourself in order, get your bank account in order, than you spending on Facebook or IG or Insta or anywhere else, all these other platforms. Get yourself together, but you're wasting more time on these platforms than you are on your own life.
That, you know what? That's just the life that we live in now.
Yeah, it's
I
that
mean,
type
as long
of
as you
world
got
now.
these phones in your hand,
Yeah.
you could be at the gym
Mm-hmm.
working out, which is getting yourself together in life, getting healthy.
Yep.
But they're gonna have their phone
Phones
in their
on
hand,
hands,
and
on
they looking
YouTube,
at,
yep.
and so
Golly,
yeah,
it's just the
that's
way of the
just the way
world.
of life.
It is, yeah.
Oof. Well, that was it, folks. In life, man, just make sure that your health and your wealth is in order. And you guys check us out next week. Thanks.
This concludes our show for today, and if you haven't done so already,
Follow us on
X at 52 Scott Podcast, also IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast.
Also, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Black Friday.